What is up, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Unapologetically Mercy video. Today in this video, we are going to talk about if a cusp is a real thing or if it's just a myth. So if you are interested, stay tuned and let's get right into this video. Not watched any of my cusp series videos, you're like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But like, I wanted to clear the air and talk about something that I've seen when I first learned about cusp and where I am now as I have dived so much deeper into the world of astrology. So is cusp a real thing or is it not a real thing? Based off some of the articles I have read from different astrologers, some people believe that cusps are not a real thing. And when I say cusps aren't a real thing, I'm talking about the cusp series that I did. When I say cusp is not a real thing, I'm talking about Cancer, Leo, cusp of oscillation type of thing. And that you resonate with two signs is not an accurate thing when it comes to astrology. Now, mind you, when I first started my astrology series, I barely knew much about astrology besides zodiac signs. Since then, I have learned about houses, planets, retrogrades. I've learned about so many different things. I have learned so much about astrology in the last 2 years, and it definitely has opened my mindset when it comes to the term cusp. Now, I'm not saying that cusp is not a real thing when it comes to astrology, because it is. But from my research, it seems that cusps are more towards the houses and not your actual like birth sign, if that makes sense. So like, you might resonate like myself. Like, for example, myself, I used to believe I was a Cancer Leo because I believed that I would resonate with different Cancer or Leo posts that I saw on social media. But when I learned about your birth chart and that there's 12 houses and saw what my birth chart was, I saw why I resonated with Leo and Cancer. Cancer is in my birth chart, even though my sun sign is Leo. Stay tuned for later on in the video where I leave some resources for you to go ahead and figure out what your birth chart is, okay? Because I think it's important for you to know. And to be honest, when I was first doing research about cusp signs and doing the series, there were a few articles that mentioned cusp aren't real things, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yeah, right. You're crazy. You're tripping. But at the same time, I knew nothing about astrology. So now that I know more about astrology, I still consider myself a beginner. I can see what they're really talking about, why they say it's not a real thing. When I say cusp is referred more to your houses, there's 12 astrological houses, starting from Aries to Pisces. Each house represents a different area of your life. For example, the seventh house represents relationships. So basically, the correct way to use cusp refers to where you fall on the cusp line and where you fall in each house based off of the time you were born. So for example, if you were born at 0 degrees of Leo, you are a Leo, but you might still have some Cancer traits in you because Cancer is right there. And then if you're 29 degrees of Leo, you are at the far end of Leo. So you might resonate with Leo, but you also might resonate with Virgo, since that is the next zodiac sign. I'm hoping this makes sense. I will make sure to leave over here a brief description so that could better make sense for you. Okay? Yeah. Like I mentioned, I'm still a beginner to astrology. Like, I know some of the basics, but still so much to learn. So yeah, cusps are still a real thing, or just not how some people might portray cusp to be. I am not trying to invalidate anybody's feelings who resonate with any cusp video that I have done or that they have seen on YouTube. I am just saying that that is not the correct way to use the term cusp, because I myself believe the same thing. I'm just here updating you on what I have learned. I'm just updating you guys on what I have learned and discovered over the last few years about astrology with you guys, because astrology is very complex. It's not just zodiac sign. You have 12. There's 12, and you can have all of them in your chart. Some impact you more on a personal level, and some impact everyone in a collective energy. So yeah, I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's feelings who might resonate with those type of content, who might resonate with cusp content. I'm just saying that the way that I thought, a cusp is not something that everybody believes, especially people who have studied astrology for years or this is their profession type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I basically say all of that to say, get to know more about yourself, your zodiac, your astrology. Get a free birth chart done, or you can also get birth charts interpreted or done from other people who offer those services. I will quickly mention a few that I have used. First one I will suggest is Pattern. I really love Pattern just because I really love Pattern because it will tell you things that are happening in the world, as well as things that are impacting you and your unique astrological, makeup. And then there's this website that I really, really love because it's very detailed and really in depth, telling you what each house is, what each planet represents, and how each sign in that house or that planet, represents, and how that impacts you, down to the aspects when you put in your birth date, your name, where you were born, what time you were born. That's just so crazy that, you can really learn so much about yourself just from knowing, where you were born, what time you were born, stuff like that. I think the name of that website is called Just Astrology. I cannot remember. Since I'm recording on my phone, I will try to make sure to leave it somewhere on here so you guys can check it out. And I will also leave it in a description box down below so you guys can check it out and get to know more about yourself. So for anybody who has watched any of my Cusp series videos that might have suggested, do a video on this, do a video on that, the reason why I haven't done it is because I've learned more about cusp and astrology. It wasn't like I was ignoring you guys or did not want to do the content. I just wanted to do more astrology videos so you can learn what I've been learning about different planets and houses, and I'm going to get back into finishing all of that because I think everyone deserves to know, get a little brief synopsis, and get to learn more about themselves, because I think that is a great way of self-awareness, self-empowerment, and I'm here all for self-love and self-growth. So okay. So yeah, you guys, that's basically all that I have for you guys today on cusps. So until next time, you guys, stay blessed with peace, one love, and high vibrations. Continue to go towards your goals. Continue to get to know more about yourself. Continue to become self-aware of your habits, your good habits, your bad habits, your light and your darkness, and how to merge them together and live life to a more authentic life for you. Until next time.